Today's Mark could not make the call today, but wanted some representation to at least be part of this process. And what I can tell you about Mark is he's been an IT specialist for over 25 years, small business owner. He's been a registered Republican for over 30 years. His views are conservative along the fronts of most issues, if not all. And we're not career politicians. We're tired of seeing what's going on in the system. We feel that the voices aren't being heard anymore. The message we are giving the people in our district that we're talking to is resonating pretty well. And to be honest with you, we're looking to make a change, calling people to get into government and stick to our principles and make the change in the right direction as far as we're concerned. So that's really my soapbox. And if you have any questions regarding Mark, I can answer most of them.
Okay, Bob, thank you very much. Floor is open to members of the board to pose any questions they wish.
This is Tom. If you could please let us know what part of the district he's from and what activities Republican.
He lives in Livermore.
Okay.
So South Livermore.
And what political activities has he been engaged with over time?
Outside of us, or well, both of us, but himself being a registered Republican, voting along those party lines for as long as he can remember, this is the first step we're getting into actual politics. So we're clean. We know nobody. There's no special interest behind us, and we're just here to make a change, if not make a lot of noise.
This is Mike Osborne.
Yeah, hi, Mike.
Hi. Go ahead. Question, should your candidate lose the primary, does he plan to endorse the nominee?
I would imagine if the nominee follows along the same conservative party lines that he does, I would imagine, yeah.
So that's a qualified yes?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Other questions?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hearing none. Bob, thank you very much for joining us today. You can disconnect at this time. Thank you.
Great, thanks.
Thank you. Next candidate is John Toth. John, thank you very much for joining us today. The floor is yours.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. I hope you can hear me. I'm calling long distance from Kansas City, Missouri. I'm a family practice physician. I've been president of two medical associations and have served in elective office for about the last 8 years. I've been elected several times to this position of the Mount Carmel Healthcare District Board. Basically, I'm involved in this race because never before has our nation seen such a rapid growth of government, loss of manufacturing, and destruction of the dollar as we're seeing today. And I'm very concerned with projected national deficit of $1.8 trillion this year alone, which I fear our leaders are going to mortgage our great-grandchildren's future. So this, and with the unwise trade policies with Red China and the encouraging of outsourcing and the draining of our industry and exporting our jobs, has really got me concerned. So, I think someone needs to put an end to this foolishness, stop the bailouts, stop the trillion-dollar stimulus packages, and stop the deficit spending. And so that's what I intend to do.
Okay. John, thank you very much. The floor is open to questions from members of the board.
It's Mike again. Same question. Should you not be successful, will you endorse the nominee of the party?
It depends. If that nominee is a constitutionalist based, I definitely will. If they're going off on tangents that disregard the Constitution, I will not.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Same question for me. Tom Dobocaro could let us know your prior political activity and what part of the district you're from.
I'm from Pleasant Hill. I've been involved with the Mount Carmel Healthcare District Board for about the last 8 years. I think I'm the only elected the only Republican candidate that's been elected into office, and I'm currently the chairman of that committee, or the board.
Other questions? With no other questions from the board, John, thank you very much for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate your participation and your being a candidate, and you can disconnect at this time.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. With John being finished, the next candidate on the list is Gary Cliff. Gary, are you on the line, please?
Yeah, I'm here. My name is Gary Cliff, of course, and I am from Solano County, a rural area outside the city of Vacaville. I farm a couple of acres organically and spent most of the last 35 years working for federal, state, and local governments, a few nonprofits and private businesses. In that capacity, I saw the cost of on our economy of government regulations, too big a government, and too high a taxes. I would just like to ask that the Republican Party not endorse a candidate at this time. We have 6 qualified individuals who are trying to energize an electorate, win the primary on their own merit. And none of them have any particular great name recognition. And we need to pick a candidate who the citizens will support. It's going to be a tough election when we run against the Democrats. We need somebody who has demonstrated due diligence in their life and doesn't have, not going to let the press and Democrats make a mockery of their history. Looking at the bylaws for the CRP, it seems like the hearing should be held in person, not on a conference. I'm not sure that all the candidates are getting an opportunity equally to present ourselves. And again, I hope that the CRP will support all 6 candidates in the primary. We have 6 strong candidates who several of represent real change. And we should let the voters decide this so that we can, after the primary, unite under one candidate who all of the voters support. We need to concentrate on party unity, not be divisive. And I'm a conservative candidate who I've had great success with our phone banks. There's very little name recognition out there. We're going to have a substantial showing in the primary based on the voters I talked to. And we need to not pass on this opportunity to bring change to our Congress, restore transparency in our government. And we need to pick a candidate who represents the voters, the district, and the rule of law as Constitution. The purpose of the Republican Party is to preserve the balance of power in our republic. For too long, we've sent candidates to Congress who claim the mantle of conservatism, but have made our federal government bigger and more intrusive into our individual liberties. With that, I'll open it up to questions.
Thank you very much, David. Thank you for being on the call. The floor is now open to questions from the board.
Same question, David. In the interest of party unity, will you support the nominee of the party?
At this point, I can't commit to that because all the candidates haven't really taken a position on the issues. So if their position is the U.S. Constitution, left government, returning authority and power to the states, absolutely.
So, okay, thanks.
Tom Nobocaro, same question, and thanks for telling us what part of the district you're from. If you can expand a little on your prior political activity, that would be great.
I've been a Republican ever since I could vote. I've ran for political office twice in the state of California, in 1993 and 1994. I ran in the special election state Senate as a Republican. Same platform I have now, less government, less taxes. And I ran in 94 for the state assembly in District 8. I have not been an active participant of the central committees. I became a little disenfranchised the last time I ran. The party seemed to have selected a candidate prior to the primary, and I received phone calls from all of the counties asking me to pull out of the election.
How did you do in that election?
The last election, I lost, I think, by 5,000 votes to the other Republican candidate. And the first election was a special election. I believe I was the second out of a group of 4 Republicans. Marge Hanley came in first place, and she almost took Mike Thompson in the runoff. That was the district that goes all the way from Solano County up to Del Norte.